welcome to my YouTube channel. Please do like, subscribe, and comment. So today's conversation is a bit tricky and very emotional for me because it's about self-development. It's about starting over. It's about rebirth. It's about, all those things that you can think of. When you need to restart, reboot, and maybe you have just found out certain things about yourself, or you are only just discovering yourself. But I think for women, especially, the tricky part is when we are in our 30s, right? Or when we're 25 upwards. Like, there's this thing that the society does that makes us feel like we are less worthy when we do not have kids, when we are not married. So you can only imagine if you don't have everything, like from marriage to children to a career. That sounds like very, very sad. It sounds very lonely. It sounds very like, it's again. But I'm here to be positive instead of negative. I was just acknowledging that it's very possible that we might be at the age of 30 or 25 upwards and experience a certain need to start over, reintroduce our life, press the reboot button, nje. Because guys, life can be tricky, but we can't let life trick us into being sad or to be a victim and all those things. So yeah, so I'm gonna make an example about myself, right? I'm going through a phase right now. I had just lost my job. I'm back home and I'm figuring it out again. And I just turned 30 years old this year. So you can only imagine what I was going through. I was panicking. I was on panic mode until I realized that, okay, fine, you are this age. What has your goals been? What have your plans been? You understand? So I took the time to rediscover myself. I had to sit down and I'm like, okay, that was just a job. It was not even a career, it was a job, right? So I was like, were you even happy at that job? So in a way, it was a blessing in disguise. I was not happy. I was always complaining. I was always grumpy. I was always miserable. I would cry every morning before I started working. I hated my boss. I hated everybody around me. So you can imagine. You can only imagine what I was going through. So for me, it was some sort of relief that, okay, you're starting over. What now? So what? Right? And I told myself, Hori, one habit at a time and just be consistent, because obviously I used to have this thing of starting something and not finishing it. I would literally just start something and not finish it. And I know a lot of us have gone through phases in our lives where we would just start a project, and maybe because of resources that were not available at that time, we would be like, yo, I can't do this anymore. Maybe let me go to plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. You understand? And then we end up confusing ourselves with so many things, and we end up losing our whole ambition of whatever that we wanted to achieve in the first place, and we get so frustrated, right? So I used to be that person. I would just get excited about something new started, and so I promised myself at the age of 30 that anything that I've been doing, any project that I've started, from a business to my YouTube channel to all those things that I decided, oh, I'm gonna start doing them now. Those things I'm going to be consistent in. Whether I get the applaud that I desire or I don't get it, I don't get the recognition that I want, it's still fine according to me. It's still fine. As long as the promise that I kept to myself is being persistent in whatever that I'm doing, then it means I have reached my goal. I mean, I personally, whether somebody acknowledges it or they don't acknowledge it really doesn't matter. So I decided to like change my habits. Maybe I would just wake up early in the morning, do certain exercises, maybe do Pilates or whatever. And then I was like, so what are you going to do? I'm going to work out 30 minutes 5 times a week. And okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to plan how I'm going to do my YouTube content. And then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot on Tuesdays or whatever. And then I'm going to maybe post on Sundays or something like that, you know. So I start planning my life and I start just doing things according to my own pace, but consistency. So that's all you need. So you need to be very consistent. You need to change your habits. All right, you need to be able to change habits and actually stick to it. If you told yourself, oh, okay, you know, I'm realizing my age is getting too serious, and I'm telling myself that there are changes that need to be made in my life, nobody's going to come and save you and make those changes for you. So it starts with the small things, guys. Hence I'm saying, for me, it was I was not happy with my body or the way I look or whatever it can be, and I was like, instead of complaining and just adding more to what I don't like and actually entertaining the reality of something that I don't like about myself, I would rather wake up and change it, because I'm still going to be 35 in the next 5 years. It's not going to change, and that it's still going to be 5 years from now. Nothing is going to change when it comes to time. So time is money. So according to me, I'm like, since I have woken up and I've recognized these things about myself, what are the solutions that I need to do so that I can be content, right? And guys, contentness doesn't mean you've got it figured out. It doesn't mean you've got everything figured out. It just simply means you are trying. You are doing the best that you can do. You understand? So with me, honestly, it's a matter of I started having healthy habits for myself, be it drinking water, 2 liters or more than 2 liters of water per day, drinking green tea, maybe 3 cups of green tea Monday to Friday, not drinking alcohol during the week. Those are like things that are, you know, realistic, but they do make drastic changes to your health, drastic changes to your body, your mentality, all those things. So it starts with the little things. I mean, if it's not body, it can start with maybe reading more. Maybe you want to improve your finances, and you should read more financial books. You should take up a short course, anything that has to do with self-improvement. Because guys, let's face it, age is just a number. We will all age. It's okay, we will all age, but the decisions and the choices that we make, they shape our future. It's never too late to start over. Don't think because I'm 30, I'm only talking to a certain group of people. I'm excluding like anybody who is willing to start over and is going through a rebirth in their lives. What I'm saying is basically, there's no late time, there's no early time, there's no what time for you to start rediscovering yourself and actually taking up space for yourself, for your life, for your goals. That's what I'm saying. You understand? You can still be 50 and discover that all your life, you never really liked living the way you were living. You were doing it maybe to please people. You were doing it maybe to make, I don't know, for whatever reasons, but you realize that those reasons were not serving you. They were not serving you, but it was serving other people. And then you're like, no, hey, I choose myself. This is what I want to do, right? Because I know it's very tricky, especially with social media. You know, we see our age mates on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, like all those social media platforms, and you think, oh my God, they are so ahead of me. I might as well give up. What am I doing? I mean, you understand, but that is where the problem starts, because now you start comparing yourself. You don't even know what those people go through behind closed doors. You don't even know the reality of their finances and their background, their parents' background, all those things. You don't know that. All you know is that you need to focus on yourself and make sure that you grind and do what you need to do. You understand? Because if social media is a distraction like that, especially to you, as you are in this journey of self development, and you find that maybe the more you scroll on social media, the more you get depressed, the more you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. Oh my God, this. The more you start feeling like that, the more you start being sad, the more you start crying, the more you start just being miserable because you feel like other people that you know are just like living it up. Then I suggest you get off social media. Get off social media, you'll thank me. It's either you take a break or you totally vanish from social media and focus on yourself. Focus on what you can do. If you want to go back to school, no matter the age, if you want to go back to school, try to do research, figure out a way to go back to school. Try to see if there are bursaries that you can apply for if finances are an issue. You understand? Try to see if there's a way for you to even get a job. A job at a restaurant as a waiter, something just to keep the momentum going so that you can maybe pay your school fees. You understand? Just if if you want to go back to school, there's so many options that you can actually come across in terms of that can help you or assist you with money so that you can pay for your school fees. All right, you can go back to school. You can start a hobby that can turn into a passion and can turn into a career. Let me say you love dancing. You can figure out, okay, what do I need to do to become a professional dancer? And you start doing your research and you start going to dance schools. You start attending dance classes. You start trying to figure out the lifestyle that a dancer lives on a daily basis, and you try to fit the narrative into your own life so that you can be one step closer to that goal. So we all need to figure out what we actually desire to be. What kind of women do we desire to be, and what kind of life do we desire for ourselves? The moment you have the vision of what you want to be, or the life that you want to be, you can envision it, you can write it down, journal it, then that's a great start. Honestly, that's literally a great start. So with that being said, guys, I'm very emotional, and I'm trying not to be when I'm talking about this, because as I said, I just turned 30 this year. And for me, I'm starting over, and I'm talking about something that I know. I'm talking about something that I'm going through. So I'm not just talking from a point of privilege, or this is not a testimony. This is what I am currently going through. You understand? This is what I'm currently going through. I've cried, I've prayed, I've done all these things because I have to be present in my current life, which I used to struggle a lot in the past, especially when things are not going my way. I would not want to be present. I would just switch off and think about the future, and I would just like, right, this is like, it's nice to actually think about the future. It's nice to want to achieve certain things in the future, to see that big house, that mansion, to want to drive that Porsche, to want to be with that man, that husband, the kids, the perfect family life, the American dream, as they say it, with a proper career, looking all snatched, what we all want that. To be honest, we all want that, but at the end of the day, for us to get there are certain things that we need to fix about ourselves, and there are certain things that we need to be consistent in. You understand? So it starts with the inner you. You need to start healing the wounds that you feel like your inner child has not recovered from. It does not matter what it is. I feel like sometimes we know when we have our own traumas that are actually holding us back. You understand? So we need to work on our issues that we have had, or we have, basically. And yeah, we just need to work on those issues, because, child, we can't be out here with our baggage from when we were 5 years old and taking that into our 30s. I mean, it's ridiculous, honestly. Even for myself, it's ridiculous. If I know that there's a certain lifestyle that I want or I see for myself in the future, I know there's a lot of drastic changes that need to be done in my life. And this also goes for your spiritual life, because as I said about the inner you, it needs to make sure you need to make sure that the inner person is healed, is content, is original, is authentic. Because I feel like sometimes we struggle with being ourselves, being authentic. And if you don't know who you are, chances are to achieve certain things, it's going to take longer than expected, or it might take forever. To attract the right life partner might never happen, or it might take forever, because we are out here trying to please everyone. We are out here trying to fit in everywhere we go. So it means when you have no personality, you have no, who are you? Who are you without those people that you want them to accept you? Who are you without all those things? Who are you? You understand? So that is why it's very important. I'm a very spiritual person, so I pray a lot. I fast. I have conversations with God, like random, the most funniest conversations with God. You know, you can do whatever you need to do to connect with your supernatural, with your supernatural self, so that you can make a bit of wise decisions when it comes to life, if you get what I'm saying. So usually that's what I do, and then I'd feel better about that with my circumstances. And then I was like, you know what, my circumstances do not define me. My circumstances do not define me. They do not define my future. My background or my past has nothing to do with the person that I am. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna go back to, maybe you were poor, or you were from a very abusive family and all those things, and you just met at the world, you take it with you in your adult world, it's gonna be hard for you to achieve anything. You're gonna look back at the people your age and be like, yeah, and be jealous, be that jealous, that envious person, always bitter, always saying negative stuff about people. You understand? So it's very important that you you heal yourself. So it's very important to be in touch with your spiritual side, in touch with your higher self, because that's where everything starts inward. There's nothing anybody can do to me if my confidence is coming from within. Nobody can do anything to me. It does not matter who you are. Nobody can do anything to me. You understand? That's where confidence starts. And if you are content in what you are, pure in what you have forgiven your past self for your past mistakes and all that, now you can face life. Now you can start making the goals. Now you can start journaling now. But we just don't journal and write the goals and stuff. As I said, guys, one step at a time. You start by working out if you want to. You start by reading. You start by studying. You start by all those things that you want to do. You, little by little, like one step at a time. And what do? You become consistent. The universe is a frequency, guys. So whatever that you focus on a lot, it will start to attract things into your life, certain people into your life, certain, a certain lifestyle. Next thing you wake up and you're like, how did this happen? That's because you were focused. You stuffed your distractions. You were focused. So that's all that I can tell you guys, that can we not give up on ourselves? I know it's hard, but can we tell ourselves that this phase that we're going through is just a phase that it's gonna pass, just like anything else. You once panicked about something and it got solved. Maybe you were panicking about something yesterday. You were worried about today. Today is almost over. You understand? So I mean, just take it one step at a time and just start. Whatever you do, just start. Don't wait for perfect circumstances. If you already know that I want to start over and this is the reason why I'm starting over, and this is what I want to do when I'm starting over, that is all you need. You already have a plan, right? You already have a plan. So don't let anybody, and don't go around going to people and say, this is what I want to do. This is what do you think? People are always going to tell you different opinions and you're going to get confused. So never ever tell people what you're planning, especially when you are on this vulnerable journey of starting over. Never really tell people what you're up to. What are you trying to change about your life? It's really none of their business. I don't care if they're your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, unless you need them for something. But at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your life. So there's really no need for you to announce to people what you're doing. You are starting over. This is the reason why you're starting over. You can't do that. You can't do that at all. Because you know, when you say things and they haven't really happened yet, there are no results yet, you are still in the process of doing this thing, or you just starting to do this thing, you already what's only that thing that sense of accomplishment, because it's already out there. So there's that sense of accomplishment. So that's why I'm very high on keep things to yourself until it's something to actually show. Like maybe if you got an acting job, for example, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I once got an acting job and then I blacked my mouth. Let me say, if you got an acting job and then you have to shoot and stuff, and then now you announce to people without having signed in the contract, because just your audition was successful, and now you're telling people that, hey, I'm an actress, my first gig, watch the space, and the next thing it just thin air, gone. You don't know what even happened to that opportunity. I said the universe is powerful. It's very powerful. So watch this thing, your mouth, your tongue. We talk too much sometimes. So I'm not saying be secretive about it, but don't talk unnecessarily. It doesn't make sense. You understand? Don't talk unnecessarily. So just change your habits that are solely based on what you want to start over with. And if you want to change as a person, because sometimes it's not always career based, it's not always about money, it's not always about career, it's not always about, there are some people that just want a husband, and they have to prepare, they have to make space, they have to make room, they have to turn themselves into that woman that they feel is a wife, for whatever reason that they feel they should, right? Because there are certain things that when you are single, you feel like if you have a man, you wouldn't really do. So you try to change your habits, you try to change your ways. As the same as, let me say, I'm trying to change myself as a person. I'm trying to be more feminine. I'm trying to be more soft. I'm trying to be less masculine. There's also a way for me to do that. Maybe I should do yoga. Maybe I should do my makeup more. Maybe I should do my hair more. Maybe I should do nails. Maybe I should invest in my looks more and try to dress a certain way that a soft woman dresses. It's not always about careers and money. As I said, it's also about how you want to change yourself as a person. Starting over can mean so many things. It doesn't always have to involve money or what the society thinks starting over is. It's what you think is best for you at that certain time, and why you see the need to do those drastic changes, and why you want to do, for somebody else it can be leaving alcohol. It can be stopping to smoke, so that they can focus on whatever more, or just so that they can just have sober hobbies rather than doing what they used to do. For somebody else, it's maybe stop climbing, stop partying, because they are serving a different purpose in their life now. Guys, we have so many lives. So don't waste your life trying to be something you're not. Don't waste your life trying to please other people. Please yourself, but more importantly, please God. Please yourself. Have conversations with your superpower, supernatural, with God. Yeah. Yeah. Um yes guys, I really hope that you guys can grasp something from what I told you, and I hope that when you're on this journey that you don't give up, even if there's a certain mistake that happens in the process or you relapse. It's okay, dust yourself, get up, and keep going. As long as you don't give up, as long as you don't stop, because this is a lifetime change, guys. There's no shame in starting over. It does not matter what age you are. Okay, my darlings, I love you very much.